So are you one of those girlies like, all the good men are gone? Because if so, babe, this video is about to make you really uncomfortable. And I'm not sorry for that. So let's stick around and get to discussing. Hi guys, I'm Karissa. If you're new here, welcome. Today's video, we're going to be talking about why it's not just the men. We can't blame just the men, okay? I know I really have a laundry list of things they've done wrong. You know, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But in the spirit of accountability, I feel like we've got to talk about how women are really giving away their power. We are letting these men just run this, becoming a red pill country day by day. So let's talk about how as women, we have really given up our power and have allowed modern dating to kind of go astray. So here's my 5 big things, guys. Let's talk. We are more compromising than we ever have been in history. We're settling for things like situationships, bare minimum requirements, because that's what we think relationships are becoming. That's becoming the norm is, oh, I'll just be in a situation with him until he's ready to take this further or until the timing's right. And we allow men to get girlfriend and wifey privileges while not forcing them to do the things required to get those. And that's on us. That's on us settling for less because we rather have something than nothing. I'd rather, in that sense, get that good morning text and be alone in the morning. And because we're willing to settle and lower our own desires and our needs and settle for less, these men are giving us less. So it's going to be on us as a team, girly pop, to be like, we're not accepting bare minimum. We are collectively as a unit raising the bar out of hell. Because that's where it is. It's basically underground and buried at this point in dating. I understand. It is rough. Another thing that we tend to do is we seem to accept men who leave and come back. And let me be the one to break it to you so that he doesn't. He's not coming back because he loves you, babe. Because he now sees the light in his error, in his ways, and he's ready to do right by you. No, baby, he's here for the second rodeo he wants to take you on. And instead of holding firm on your ground, you are once again forgiving. And I think this ties back into my last video of why smart women have bad relationships is because we are so kind and forgiving that we allow the man to come back and make the same mistake he did several times ago. So we're constantly feeding into this back and forth nature of letting this person in when we know really and truly they do not mean well for us and they are not living up to what they should be. So we're living in a society where we see 10 women agreeing to be placeholder girlfriends and not even a real girlfriend. And then we're surprised that men aren't settling down. If love and hip hop has taught us anything, is that these men will get away with whatever we allow them to. We ignore our own standards. Our standards are not built for the men we don't like. And I think that's where women get confused and we get lost in the sauce is when we get excited about men or a man, we're like, oh, he's the one, he's special. And we want to speed run our own relationship because we're excited and we haven't experienced this goodness before. Not realizing standards and boundaries are specifically meant for the men that we like. They're not meant for the dude you don't like because you don't have any problem not talking to him after 10. You don't have any problem not getting physical with a man you don't like. You have a problem getting physical with someone that you're very passionate about, someone you feel treats you good, someone who's very active in the beginning, giving you that communication. And we just get excited like, oh my gosh, this is the one. I don't have to wait or do whatever standard I have because he's special and he's unique. Not realizing that if he is special, if he is unique, he is going to follow your boundaries. He is going to respect what you have in mind, what you want to wait for, what's important to you, because he is special. if you are gonna be with this guy forever, babe, you truly want to stand your ground on these standards, because that's the only way to really test if he's for the long haul. If he's here for a situationship or for something casual, he's not gonna do the hard work of respecting your boundaries and your standards, because they don't matter to him. He'll go somewhere else where it's easier. If he cares about you, if he wants to be with you, he's gonna be like, oh, this may be tough. I want to talk to her at 10:30, but she's asleep and that's her boundary and I'm not going to push it. I'll call her in the morning, because he does respect you, because he does want to be with you. So it's so crucial as we enter into this modern dating field collectively as women to really make sure we are holding on our standards and not giving up what we feel is right for us because Becky down the street is doing something different, or you really want this guy and you're afraid that if you wait any longer, he's gonna disappear. Let him. Let him disappear if he can't hold and honor your standards. 100%, babe. I think scarcity mindset is something that has rocked our culture in general, but is really particularly true in the dating field for women of color. I don't think women necessarily settle because they don't know better. They settle because they think there isn't anything better. They're getting 50% of their needs met. So I'm not leaving because what if the next person I meet can only fulfill 30%, or I can't even find anybody that's willing to fulfill anything for me. So we get tied and locked into relationships that aren't doing good for you because you're scared to have nothing instead. And I hear, there was this big movement about, oh, men have to pay all the bills. And then there was like an anti-movement of women who were like, well, I'm happy as long as you pay half the bills. And what I come to you to say is, you need to be happy with whatever you want. If you want a man that pays all of the bills, baby, I'm not gonna tell you otherwise. I just need to make sure you trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in that even if it doesn't happen, you'll be okay, most important, but that it's gonna happen. And that it may not happen as quickly as you want, as fast as you want, but it will happen. When it comes to scarcity mindset, one of the most important lessons I've learned is that when you place an order at a restaurant, you don't constantly ask the waitress when your food is coming. You have faith, you have trust that your food is gonna arrive. Yes, it may not arrive as quickly as you want, things may be wrong, but 9.8 times in a restaurant, you leaving with your food. You need to have that same faith with the universe. If you request something and you say, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, don't settle for something else because it's not coming as fast as you want. Don't flag the waitress down and be like, I'll take their food instead, or whatever you can get out here. No, I want you to wait for what is yours and what you truly feel aligned with so you can have that. Scarcity mindset isn't going to give that to you. Staying in something that's not meant for you, giving that guy another opportunity because you haven't met anyone else, going back to your ex because you can't see anyone, is not going to put you in a better dating situation. It's going to put you back into the cycle that I'm going to assume, if you're click this video, you want to get the heck out of. Guys, I want you to hold on to this one, and I want you to hear me out before you get upset, because this one is my most controversial one. I think a lot of people want traditional relationships and aren't acting traditionally. If you want to get married, if you want to be with a man and have a family, why are you still dating the guy who's been dating you for 4 to 5 years and hasn't proposed, hasn't made moves for a family? Like, babe, what are you waiting on? It's clearly not going to happen. Regardless how much willpower and force you put into this man, you are expecting change by doing the same thing. And this goes for women who want stable relationships too, but settle for situationships or friends with benefits. What are you telling the universe that you want if you are just having casual relationships with all types of men? How can you say, oh, universe, I want something serious, but then go continuously play in the dirt with nonsense. You have to make that decision to show the universe you want this by only accepting what you know is for you, what you say is for you. It's just like a man, like he says he loves you, but he cheats on you. He don't love you. It's clear because his actions are showcasing that regardless of what he's saying. I want you to have that same opinion about yourself. If you're saying you're a wife and you're girlfriend material and this is the things that you want, then you can't settle for a man who's not even doing boyfriend stuff. I know that's tough. I know it can be hard to be alone sometimes and not get a good morning text or be the only single girl in your friendship group or whatever it may be. But baby, settling is going to cause you more pain in the long run. It is more painful to be with the wrong person than it is to be alone. And I speak last but not least, and I almost feel like I clickbaited you because this is the men. This is the one where I'm coming home to, babe. I'm telling you, men are accepting and adapting to what has been working for them. We have allowed them to roam free like animals, and that's why they act like them. If we continue to make excuses for men as a society, like boys will be boys, and we allow them to treat women vulgarly, and we allow them to continue to sexualize us and make us objectified and not really truly value what women contribute to society. And I think we even see that with like the new trad wife movement, where our main focus once again is becoming being in the kitchen and pleasing a man. It's not really about partnership, it's just making sure he's happy. Men are picking up what we're putting down, and they're realizing that there's a good chunk of women out here who are okay being the side chick, who are okay with, the 2 a.m. text messages, who are all right with being treated like a hobby, okay? And that makes it harder for those of us who do have our standards up high, who are requiring more from these men. But the man who does step up to these standards that you have, baby, not everyone goes to a Michelin restaurant, okay? The man you get will be a Michelin star man because you raised your standards, because you kept true to who you were and what you believed you deserved. And you told the universe and you stuck true to that. So even though society is creating men who I honestly can say are not of our equal right now, for a lot of them, we do have to accept that as women, we have allowed a lot of this to happen. We have allowed men to be lackluster, not be protectors, not be providers, not be defenders of us. And because of that, they've run amok. So it's on us as a collective unit to raise the bar. And if they don't know how to act, then they don't need to be on the team. Because I don't know about you, but women created 8 billion people. So we really don't need their help doing much else. So I'd rather be single. I'd rather be single. Yep, that rocked it. That's how I feel. So community, if you are here, I want you to tell me what you feel women are doing wrong and what are men doing wrong in society, in dating world. How are we hurting each other? I'm really tired of these conversations where we just blame one group or say it's them, and we don't talk about what we are both contributing to the problem and how really bickering and picking at each other is not bringing us closer together. It's creating incels, it's creating angry women. We need to talk, and we need to collectively make a decision how we're going to make this better. Okay. So if nobody's told you, don't forget, you are loved, you are cared for, and thought of. Bye, royalty.